Hi, everybody. Ralph, Sheheen, and Jeff Emig with you from here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Next weekend, we are in Las Vegas for the season finale, and all three championships are wide open. Who is going to win these titles? Well, let's break them down each category one at a time for you, beginning with the 250 East Championship, where Zach Osborne has a 15-point lead over Jordan Smith. What's going to happen here?
Well, Osborne, obviously, he defied all the odds last year when he came into Vegas, had that first turn crash, looked like it was over. Savacci would win the title, but Osborne put on one of the most incredible rides in the history of the sport to come back to steal the championship away with 2 races to go. And so for Osborne, he knows that he can ride that track well. He definitely has the confidence, but like we're seeing this season, anything can happen in any one of these 3 championships. It's not over yet. Jordan Smith, who could use a little redemption after having a chance of winning the title last year and having problems at Vegas, you just never know. And
don't forget, it will be an East-West showdown event in Las Vegas, so both categories will be on the track at the same time. So in the 250 West, well, there, Aaron Plessinger comes into the Vegas round with a 13-point lead over Adam Cianciarulo.
Cianciarulo has had multiple opportunities this year to win the main event. In Salt Lake City, he was your fast qualifier, won his heat, and still couldn't win the main. McGrath put himself in the position, and you just think about all those points that Cianciarulo could have made up 3 at a time, maybe 5 at a time, that would have made it closer than 13. So, I mean, obviously, you want to have, be the points leader to have that 13-point gap like Aaron Plessinger does there on the West. But the fact that the 250 final is a showdown where you're mixing the best riders from both codes. You take the competition, like the difficulty, and you multiply it by 2. And that's what's so special about that, because you bring the East and the West together and you just never know what can happen.
Well, in the 450 championship in the Premier Division, everybody thought it would be all done before we got to Vegas, because it sure looked like Anderson would have that #1 plate in hand. But here in Salt Lake City, he lost 20 points. He goes to Las Vegas just 14 up on Marvin Musquin.
And to think at 1 point, well, 2 points this season, Jason Anderson had a 42-point lead. A nice cushion. He did a great job, had 1 bad race at Daytona, managed to get his 7th, just really kept himself out of all kinds of problems. Here in Salt Lake, I mean, opportunity to wrap it up. Robert Jonas and John Hines and everyone from the race team, Husqvarna and Rockstar, and everybody was here on hand to hopefully see him get that #1 plate on the podium. But I mean, a stroke of bad luck in the first turn, rips out 3 spokes out of his front wheel, and he only manages a 17th, while Marvin Musquin, who's second in points, goes out and has a brilliant race and tightens it up. And so now it's Anderson. At one point he had 42, now it's 14. It's crunch time, because as we can see, anything can happen at any time. So we've got 3 amazing championships, great competitors, and everything's coming down to Vegas. Should be amazing.
And you get to see it all live on FS1 next Saturday night, the first Saturday in May, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1.